Welcome to Queens Connect. My name is Grace.
And I'm Mercy.
Yula.
So karibuni sana. We'll take you through this show where you can get inspired, where you can get to dream again, you can get to be healed and restored.
I'm sure you've seen a video making rounds, eh? This amazing woman who's a super MC in weddings. I believe it's in the coast.
Okay.
She's amazing, giving advice, giving tips for free.
Okay.
I'm sorry if you do not have a tree to sit under and to hear from your grandmothers.
Be cool.
This is for free.
Solo mume hali Twitter, mume hali WhatsApp, mume hali Instagramu, mume yuatakapewa madikodiko. Mume atakapewa nini? Mtunze mume, hataki kupigiwa kelele, mume ataka kubembelezwa. Mwambie karibu nyumbani mume wangu. Mwambie mume wangu vitu vitatu viko tayari. Nini? Mwambie maji ya kuoga, chakula, na mimi mwenyewe utaanza na kipi baby?
So, what are you preparing?
Me right there, when I heard that, I was like, oh my, this is what we've been missing, by the way. You know anyway, that? I think we have really lost a lot of these precious elements of being taught on how to properly bring, as in just love on our guys and just be there for them, you know.
You see me, you have to explain to me as a child.
First and foremost, I need clarity. Is this conversation happening on both sides? Did someone talk to the man they always talk to? I'm the one who needs the schooling.
I'm curious as well, but at the end of the day, what I picked up from the video, and I think everybody should just check it out. For you, who is the modern woman today, you know, we know a lot of homes are really breaking. There's a lot of separation, and coming to think of most of the things and the issues that are happening is that a little bit of there are men who feel like they're not being really catered for when it comes to, you know, marriage. You start well, but then at some point you lose you lose the server, you know. So
this dynamics, this is what you talked about. Is this thing, are we both being taught? And then you said many marriages are breaking because, you know, things we need to learn. So I'm wondering, if I get to this man, he comes, everything is there. Will that make that?
What was happening before I showed up? Like, was he sharing?
I'm taking the water with a basin.
Yeah, so I do that for you. I do that for my kids. I go get a job, you know, get stuff done. I'm feeling a bit stretched.
For me, I personally think communication is key. You can do all that and still not get the message home. You understand? It also depends with the person and where you are in that relationship. But bottom line is, we need to just up our games in our relationship. If I'm in a relationship, there are things I need to do for my husband, my man. And now this gives me kind of a feedback, things that I had not knowledge of. Yani vitu zenye nimesikia hapo, I can apply them.
Factors to consider.
Yes, because when I'm going into a relationship, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm going into that relationship knowing that this man is going to be my husband, my life partner. Yes. So how I treat him is different from how you would treat your husband. You know, when you get married, it's different for Mercy as well.
If I respect you, the actions will follow. If I do not respect you, even if I go down on one knee, body language betrays you. You know, you can try and do it as a duty, but body language betrays you. So for me, I'm still, because I'm learning this king story, I still don't know when he sits on the throne. I don't know where it's when so I still know where to. But I think I will treat you as a decent human being and with respect. The same way I will treat someone, even if you're not in a relationship. The difference is, when you're in a relationship, it's a bit more intimate, so you get to see more of it.
Okay, let me just say, I'd rather join a team. The way the Bible talks about a helpmate. I want to come and join something beautiful and make it better. I don't.
This reminds me of a book. I don't know if you've all read Sleeping with an Eagle. Because the way I'm seeing the balance, I'm seeing, yes, it's good. there's king, there's queen, there's dynamics, there's what the man wants, what the woman wants, how she thinks she can get and be catered to. So I'm trying to think, I'm trying to see where we are today.
Okay.
This the modern woman, who's, I don't know, the typical definition of an eagle. That book, the author, when he wrote that book, he was trying to talk about a woman who's soaring high, who's very high achieving, high targeted, focused, and is really out there meeting targets. So first things first. To establish so that we know tunaenda hii conversation inaenda pande gani.
Yes.
Is you eagle?
I am an eagle
Are
with
you eagle?
full grown wings.
And how did you I don't know, I'm trying to think by the time you can actually define yourself as an eagle.
Yes.
I mean, I'm into the journey. How did you
Get there.
did you come one day and one day you were like, I have wings? Or
Like for me, unlike you guys, I knew the difference because I grew up knowing
You're right. Yeah.
women's
That's amazing.
places at the kitchen, and you're I'm a baby machine. Like you get married at some point and you have boop, 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 you start popping children. And I knew that because I grew up with my brothers who are always like messing around and and then I had to clean up after them. So clearly I knew these are my roles. So clearly defining that. But when now I came into knowing and finding my path, finding my purpose, finding my passion and what really drives my life. So it's been a journey, but I trust that even as I get into relationship with my my king, even as I look forward to the marriage life, my prayer is my husband doesn't see me as an intimidating kind of female, because I still know my roles as the way God created me, because ultimately he's the priest. I'm not taking anybody's position or trying to be there with them. I'm just basically doing what I was called, and I believe that is what I was called to do.
interesting. Wow. Which level are you flying
I
on?
believe I'm flying. I am flying.
Wow.
My story growing up is a bit different. I grew up with a dad who believed in me to a fault. My dad is my biggest supporter. I learned how to sweep a house from my dad. At the same time, I learned how to ride a bike from my dad. My mom was a working woman. My dad came home earlier than my mom. So I think my dad just propped me up to, become anything that I want to be. So there was nothing that was like, there was no bars held. You go do it. What you wanted, go for it. So yes, yes.
Because I grew up after boys, I knew they did not tell me I cannot do. What they did is what I followed. So I thought, what they'll do, I can do. And it wasn't a conscious thing of, hey, what a man will do, I'll do. No, it was just things need to be done. And I got myself in spaces. My early encounters is when I remember I joined a class and it was a class of 16 people. And in that class I was the only female. So whatever we were doing, that was back then when I was a DJ. I remember the first statement when I walked in, because I registered late, I think a day late. So I missed orientation and everything. I walked in, a classmate, the first thing he told me, if we can't do this thing, do you think you can? First, I was not even offended because I didn't know. I was like, what's wrong with this guy?
Is it actually a thing?
Yeah, because in my mind, I was not thinking he's telling me that because I'm a
woman. Yeah.
I was just thinking, is it because I came a day late? Why would you think because... Then it hit me. I was like, oh, wow. It's a male-dominated space. I just brushed it off and I was like, you know what? As long as it's not cutting heavy stuff, I think I can manage. And it became more aggressive as we proceeded because I learned by observation. I learned very fast. So I used to be taught in class and then we've been taught how to scratch and how to DJ. And then when the lecturer does it, I can imitate and I'm a fast learner. So I'll do it, and to add salt to the injury, the lecturer will be like, hey, you guys, a chick is doing this thing better than you guys.
Oh my.
Not knowing there'll be backlash after that. Because when you have free time for practice, no one will give me space. They'll be like, you're already good at this thing. So I had aggression. That was the first time I realized, So I realized, okay, fine, you know what? I can't come at you. Then you're coming at me. I just kept quiet, looked for alternatives, for practice. I had a good friend who used to offer me a space for practice. So I went and practiced, and by the time I think we were finishing the class, I talked to the class. They were like, how did you do this? But I was doing extra practice.
Okay.
But the point is, you being female does not make you any less of
the man.
Of an eagle, or you being a male does not make you any less.
Okay, of an eagle.
So, swala niti
Ndio hiyo basi.
How has this affected your relationships? Let me sit properly.
I think I need a sip of water, like on a serious
No. This is where we have candid conversations.
Okay.
Because we know.
And then
we know what is being said in the streets, eh?
Definitely.